And that's why you never stick it in a light socket.
Well, no, because then you transmogrify and you let a ghost inhabit your body and then take it over and then try and leave the premises and then be forced out, but not before they eat lots of food and ruin their stomach. Or talk to your father-in-law and ruin that. Remember?
Can't talk about that right now. I think we might be live.
Okay, so summary of episode from Ghosts.
Oh, gotcha.
What's her name? It's not Hilda.
Broomhilda?
I should know the characters' names, but I don't.
You should. You should. You're failing miserably, Sam.
Yeah. It's the Countess lady, not pro-Countess. Hetty. Hetty's a name.
There you go. Welcome back, guys. It's time for some ships.
Just what you want
We've
to
been inundating you with, Starfleet Academy stuff. But today we thought, why not? Let's talk about ships, and not just Star Trek ships, all kinds of ships. Now, Dan asked earlier, how is a ship a guilty pleasure? Any ship that you like that you think other people might not like, or any ship you're embarrassed to say you like because it kind of goes against conventional aesthetics for a ship. I don't know. A guilty pleasure is something you're kind of embarrassed to admit that you like, but you really enjoy for some reason. So that's how that works. Hope that makes sense.
Or just any definition you choose.
Sure. Or you take a ride on a pleasure ship and you just feel guilty about it because you shouldn't be on a pleasure ship with all of those naked women and orgies. So it's a pleasure ship, but you're feeling guilty about being there. Anyway, so welcome back, guys.
What's interesting though is that everyone's definition is so radically different that a ship that you love, that you think people dislike, or at least don't like as much, have a huge amount of love for. And when we did this previously, not in this format, but something similar, as a ship that we would never have thought would win so far, and just kept, it's like, oh, I guess people like this, but you wouldn't think. And that was really kind of cool. So, Guilty Pleasure is kind of like, it's not the best, it's you like. We've got a couple, we know. There's probably a few also in this category where it's not actually a great design in your heart of hearts.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
For you, it is special in a way that's extra special, right? So there might be one TIE Fighter variant you love, even though it's pure trash. You know? You know? There's a lot of sci-fi out there as well. A lot. I mean, Planet Express ship is not talked about enough for a great rocket ship. I mean, you can maybe talk about it if you want or not. I'll start showing in a second.
Go share. Do the things. Hit that like button, guys. You guys are also supposed to do the things. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell icon to all so you don't miss any content from us, whether it be edited or lives like this, or you get to hang out with us. We really appreciate you guys. We want you to be notified when things like this happen. Things like this happen. Yeah. So hit the like button. Do all the things you need to do. Super chat in $5. Whatever ship you want to talk about, $5 per ship. Or if you want to get 2 for 1, you can go over to PayPal, where if you're throwing $5, you get to choose 2 ships. So better bonus for you and better bonus for us for multiple reasons. So we will be checking that quite often. So make sure you put in there if you can. All right, we already have 1, so we'll get to that as soon as Sam is back. I don't have any super chats yet, but we do have a $10 PayPal in there. So thank you so much to... Yeah, of course. Classic for Real. Thank you so much, Classic for Real, for that PayPal. We appreciate you. And yeah, this one you get to vote, decide. We're not tier listing it, so you don't rank it per se. You just say whether it wins or loses, and you can crush the dreams of whoever is, brought the ship for us to look at. So make sure you're voting in the quote unquote pool to decide who's the winner and who moves on to the next round and faces another ship. So that's how we're doing things, and you can take it or leave it. But make sure that you're participating in some way, whether it be commenting in the general chat or supporting the channel by hitting like or super chatting or PayPaling, and we really appreciate it all, and it helps us out immensely, so please do. Also, there are links down below to the Teespring and the TeePublic stores, some really cool Trekyards merch as well as other stuff down there, so make sure that you're hitting the links just checking out the links, just clicking them and looking around helps out. So please do that if you're able to. All right. Thrib says we're early today. No, we're not. Same time as always, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It might be early in the UK because you guys haven't set your clocks ahead. So that's not my fault. So if you're in the UK, oopsie daisy, oopsie doodle. Get on board with the rest of the goddamn world and get your clocks ahead when they're supposed to be. Okay. And Robert Buckley, thank you. Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second, Robert. But waiting for Sam to get back so we can dive on in here and get this stuff ready to go. Okay. Dun dun dun. Sam is back. Back again. Sam is
Hello.
back. Tell a friend.
Oh.
Sam is back. Sam
What
is
would you,
back.
what would you tell them?
But Sam is back. Sam is back. Sam is back.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It is absolutely true.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Well, we're going to start off with a PayPal today because Mr. Classic for Real has thrown in a $10 PayPal. So thank you.
Ooh, fourth price of 2. Very nice.
Yeah. And he says, Classic for Real wants to know if you see this coming. The Angelo class. Is that the Drainforest ship?
I feel like he's forcing us to know things.
Yeah.
In this
I'm not going to learn anything.
Good. Yeah.
And Low Ring Rinko class. I will DM Sam pics. Hope it's of the ships and not unsolicited dick pics. But let's get the F tier, that F tier populated. There is no F tier. We are not tiering this. Did you not pay attention to what I just said? This is not a tier list. This is a versus, basically. So pull in a ship. First ship's going to win automatically.
Yes.
The next ship, though, goes against the first ship and decides, you know how this works. We've done this before.
A couple of times.
So what's this?
Congratulations, your anime ship is now officially won. Miss Lokeng Rinko is officially the guiltiest pleasure ship for the next 10 seconds.
Dun dun dun. Yay. And I think the other one is the ring ship. I don't know. Look that up.
The ring ship?
The Angelo class. He always mentions it, so it's got to be what it is. The hollow ship, yeah.
Oh, it is. Well, it's like a ring, I suppose. Who the hell named it Angelo's class, anyway?
I have no idea. So yes, this one automatically wins. We'll put it up here, and it's got the winning position as of right now.
So you can vote as well, Stuart. Not that necessarily means anything. Out of these 2 ships, which of them do you guiltily have pleasure for?
Well, honestly, I don't think the Raid Force ship is going to win on my vote anyway. I like the sexy lady ship. How about that? Yes, sexy lady ship for the win, at least in my mind.
I mean, I'm intrigued by scale by her, of course. If she's genuinely a person, then calling her a ship is probably a bit of an exaggeration because she's not a ship. If she's in a mech suit, that's fine. Now, if she's giant scale, and all those pieces are tech bits, that's certainly more interesting. I think Mega Made, but with a lot more style and substance. So, do you feel more guilty getting pleasure from a woman with gadgets or a giant ring that is holographic you can feel and touch and put your finger through other things, depending if you're a giant or not? Or take a bite out of it if you want to be a space.
I'm just gonna not gonna acknowledge that with any kind of comment, except can we resize this so that it matches the window? No, it's kind of zoomed in a bit, so I'm cutting pictures off when I'm placing them.
I was wondering why you didn't place them properly.
Yeah, fix it. I mean, hey. So yeah, guys, go vote. 8 votes right now currently, and we have currently 19 people. Oh my God, and 17 likes. That's fantastic. The like ratio is really good right now, but the voting ratio isn't. 8 votes. That's half the people.
And what's amazing about voting is that it's free,
And it's fun.
hopefully, but you can do it. Do it now. Mm,
Do it. Do it.
that too. So vote now. Which would you say if you had? Oh, you said the lady. I'd probably go Rainforest ship just for the
But the fact
bants.
it's actually a ship, yeah, yeah.
Well, let's not get technical.
No, we never get technical on this channel. Never, never, ever would we do that.
And of course, remember, guys, PayPal 2 for 1. If you've got a great idea, you can put into, or you can say, it's audience for the other one. Yeah, so you can give the power. So if you've got 5, don't put in the super chat. You can put in the PayPal and give the audience a bonus as well. It's cool.
Indeed. Indeed. All right. Well, it looks like the winner with 15 votes is that lady, whatever she is. Perfect.
Right.
So she's going to stay in the #1 spot. We're going to get rid of the Rainforest ship, which never seems to win anything, and get that out of here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find what category it actually wins. So I think
Just
it
original,
won,
unique ship idea.
I think it won once, but I think it's pretty
I think
much.
it did too.
But I think once of all the different things we've done, there's
All right, we got classic for real. Says is PayPaling a whole $5 for Nell from Battle Beyond the Stars, because at this point, why not? All right, we might have a picture of
we
Nell.
do.
Oh. We do indeed. There it is. We'll pull that in. And yeah, this is another, it's lady versus lady, I guess.
It's a red ship. What are you on about?
Look at the I don't know, man. Subconsciously, I'm seeing something there. Yeah, I mean, one's actually a ship. The other one, I don't know what the hell it is. But I mean, classic
Making
for
you
real
look at
likes
it.
it. Yeah, so that's fair. It's fine with us. Uh, So if you guys actually want real ships in this instead of lady girls, you can super chat or PayPal in. Put your own ships in.
And if there's any lady boy versions of the anime girl, put them in.
Yeah, yeah. All the things.
All welcome here.
Yeah.
Is this film good?
I've only seen reviews of it, so I've seen
Okay.
parts, bits and pieces of it, and
Right.
it seems like a fun B movie, like better than the average B movie. But I don't know. I've never really watched it. I just know it's interesting that James Cameron worked on it early in his career. He was part of the special effects. He was responsible for Nell here and a few other things. It was just interesting to learn that fact. It's something I want to watch eventually, but I never have really had a chance to sit down and go, yeah, I'm going to watch that tonight.
Well, exactly. It's not often you find a film that has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, 4.1 on Amazon, and 5.5 on IMDb. So it's the definition of mid, apparently. I mean, this sounds like a fun Drunk Yards review.
Yeah.
Assuming you guys don't show up to it, of course, because if you don't, there's no point. What level of quality have they released it in? Looks like just Blu-ray. No 4K? What's wrong with you? I like Mima 4K.
Let's see, Classic is using his other accounts. Because there's no way somebody's picking that other ship over Nell.
Well, as I jokingly but semi-realistically said, are you guiltily being pleasured by the other?
No, because it. Well, yes, but no. It's not a ship. Like I want to look at ships. I don't want to look at fucking chicks. So
Okay,
let's.
Mr. Classic, what's the brief shippiness of this? If you could roughly mention the shippiness, let us know. How is it classed? Let us know.
Oh, we have 18 votes, so we're gonna call it there. The lady ship again wins, and with 61%. So now can get out of here. And now I've been instructed to read Robert Buckley's second one first. So $5. Cap to keep the trend going. Red Lion Voltron Legendary Defender. Do this before my first, please. Okay. I'll look that up if you want to not do it, because it's fine. I'll get the right one.
Sure. Tap extra. Us pay attention to even know us? Yes. Classic anime ships, yes. Yeah, this would be a hell of a live audience. If you could beam everyone to like a chat show host room, and you and me on a couch or a desk interviewing somebody or whatever, just doing a chat show, or American Dad Morning Mimosa.
Yeah.
If we just do Morning Mimosa and have our actual live chat be the live show, and you have to, and you know, let's say you're prepared, right? And so you're coming in with the everyone brings in like $10 to super chat, right? You know, in person super chat, but you had to like interrupting, like that madness. It's like a bidding war, but you know.
All right, there is Red
the right
Lion.
thing.
Red Lion from Legendary Voltron Legendary Defender. Transforms into a part of the overall large Voltron robot. I believe it's one of the arms, actually.
So why is it
But
Pill's
yeah.
guilty pleasure? So Rob, why have you made it a guilty pleasure then? Because it looks like a perfectly nice wolf design. What's the guilty pleasure of it? What makes it kind of?
Well, it's not a wolf. It's a lion.
Well, it needs a mane and a bigger head for.
It's a female lion.
There we go. That's why it doesn't look right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the right arm of Voltron. So.
But yeah, why is it a guilty pleasure? It looks like a plenty nice piece to me. Do you have any guilt when liking this one, Stuart? Are you unabashedly?
I mean, I prefer the black lion, the larger of them, the main lion, but I wouldn't say it would be a guilty pleasure at all. But as you said early on in this live, guilty pleasure is defined differently by everybody. So if you're not a fan of the right hand and the right arm of Voltron, I mean, maybe you think the left is better, and so you don't want to admit that you think the right's better because everybody thinks the left is better. Maybe then it's a guilty pleasure, but.
So I think there could be drama in the chat as the Voltron hands and feet even go at it. Fair,
yep.
Fair. I would say I'm probably more guilty for the anime girl because voting for women to win in polls feels more dodgy than a robot lioness. There is more guilt associated, I would say. Yeah.
Well, 16 votes in the poll, and Red Lion wins with 69%. Dun dun dun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, people like it guiltily.
We got a new winner, and we got rid of a not ship.
Robert says
so. Now we'll go to
the fourth in all of sci-fi. Fourth favorite ship. When we class it as a ship, it's a Zoid. It's a mech, but hey.
It's like Robert Buckley's first super chat is $5. An SCA protector from Galaxy Quest. Let's see. That's just up here, right there. It is. All right. An SCA protector. Dun dun dun. Cool. I mean, this ship could fit so easily into the Orville fleet. It's kind of silly the way that top deck is designed and stuff. But anyway, one of the better Star Trek films. I mean, when stacked up against the Kelvin films, anyway, this is much better. So, never really been a huge fan of this design. The wings don't really do it for me. The whole story about the design process with a tennis racket and all that is interesting, I guess, but I'm not the biggest fan of this design. And it doesn't make sense when it's pulling out of dry dock and it's like scraping the side because there's a whole wing that's supposed to be there. So
shut your whole mouth. Don't think about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So yeah, this is a fantastic movie, quote unquote parody of Star Trek, but I've said this many times. I think the JJ 2009 film is more of a parody of Star Trek, and this is more of an homage. So, but yeah, it's a cool enough looking ship. I'd like to see more ships in this fleet. We never really got a sense of what they would look like. And then the Orville came along, and it's like, huh. I think some inspiration might have been drawn from this ship to design the Orville a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I think it's better than the Voltron Linus.
Well, the problem when you get this sort of question is the NSA Predator I love is just a ship in general. I know the movie is liked, but maybe liked for I watched that film. Oh, it's not really a Trek movie. Blah, blah, blah. So you could argue it's guilty pleasure because it's less well liked, but I think it's a pretty well liked movie. I mean, people often refer to it as one of the best Trek movies for a reason, right? So if the film itself is a guilty pleasure film, then the ship must be. But I would not even class it necessarily as a guilty pleasure ship because I think it's just a great ship, right? But if you're in that category, then it is, for me, obviously, it is, 430 times better than the Voltron, which for me is just a normal, average looking mech. Nothing special or cool in a nice way. Like, it's good. But as a design, it's not doing anything particularly special. This thing's a weird, fun spaceship that is everything a Trek ship has and yet entirely different. And it's very nice in motion. On a swooping flow.
And Dan Ben says, I thought live started at 9 p.m. UK. They did until the time change here in North America, where it starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for us, and 8 for you guys until the 26th, I think you said. Something like
Right
that.
about that. Yeah, so apologies once again to everyone in the rest of the world for being early. It is annoying, yes, but also you'll be here in the second half at least, because it's normal time. You're welcome. Yes.
That sounded super arrogant.
Well, the rest of the world is far more than America's, so it's a lot more people than America's. There's like more people in India, all of America's, and there's more. But then Texas is like as big as Africa or something. Not really, but the size differentials are absurd.
Mm.
And then in oh gosh, is it like Italy's the size of New York State or something? There's some really odd, like, damn.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, right, blows you out the water. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure ship at all, but I do think it's a better ship. Now, it would be interesting, though, to throw in the Orville versus the NSCA, because the Orville is more mockery of Trek on purpose, whereas this is satire. Because it's doing its own thing with a spin of Trek. The Orville is making fun of the genre in an active making fun of way, like beaming a burger 2 minutes in the past, right, and then playing it off as a joke and eating it. Like that's, you know what I mean, or having Borutos eat cigarettes. These are, making a mockery in a funny way. So that's, you could say, more guilty pleasure ship potentially. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's just going to be what ship is the best. It doesn't have to be guilty pleasure. That was just a title to get you guys in here. We don't have to justify guilty pleasure every time.
You don't. It's up to you guys to determine, but just not the one you prefer, because that's, too easy. It's that easy for you, right?
All right, with 18 votes, the Protector wins with 78%. Red Line Voltron is out of here.
Tab extra. I can't figure out Athena. What is she? Is the bridge module just cables the whole ship? No, because otherwise you wouldn't need the rest of the ship. It's a saucer. It can do everything to a lowercase, but they have, I saw a few people confused why it has warp drive, and I'm thinking, if they haven't cracked warp drive that small yet, that's a problem.
I think it says bridge module.
Oh.
It's not just the bridge module, it's a saucer. Bridge is a small part of that. All right. Next up, we've got 78% Protector wins. I don't know if I said that already. I think I did. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Tab Extra throws in 50 Krona, so thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Original Cylon Raider from original Battlestar Galactica. Let's see here. Do we have a Cylon Raider? Indeed.
Guilty pleasure. It's funny because the BSG old ones I haven't seen as explicitly as the new ones. So you could argue it's more of a, if I went back to watch it more as a guilty pleasure, like, oh, let's go back and see the camp silly BSG, potentially, right? Versus just a film or a TV show. it kind of fits into that niche of has it aged well? Not the point, right? Now
This
you,
picture, that's a good one.
I mean, you obviously don't like this one more, but although
Oh
maybe
yeah, this one's.
maybe this one tracks also into, I don't know, when you were in school, obviously science fiction
Is that the
wasn't.
one you picked? Did you put that in?
I did.
Because that's the exact same one I picked.
It's a great freaking art piece that someone drew or
Yeah,
AI'd. It's great.
yeah.
Super.
Thank you.
Beautiful. No,
Um,
when you were a kid, were but sci-fi wasn't liked as much, and bullying could be a thing. Were you ever like, well, you know, was because PSG is quite a nerdy thing within a nerdy thing. Do you have any like, I don't know what I'm trying to say about? Does that add anything to this ship as being because you have some back
no, I
experience
just
as
didn't
being a
tell
kid?
anybody at school that I was into this shit,
There you go.
but I enjoyed it at home. They didn't advertise this stuff. Might have a lunch pail or something in public school with like Battlestar. I had a Battlestar Galactica lunch pail for a few years, or for a year. One of the plastic lunch boxes, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't something you advertised. Now geeks rule the world, and it's the thing to be. Though so. But I really did like this. I have the AMT model of this, which I made when I was young. It's just a nice design. I do want to get the actual toys that have the firing like weapons from back in the day, but this is much better to me design wise than the new one. Like the new one's got more of an organic feel, especially the inside, like gooey.
Well, it's more
Uh,
aggressive. This is a
yeah,
gentle fighter. That's how I kill you.
yeah,
Calm
sure,
down. Yeah.
yeah. No, I think this is really great and definitely better than the NSC protector for me. So that view of looking in the front slats of the ship and seeing like the three Cylons is so awesome. So
I think in my head, those slats are just that slats, and there's no glass or metal. It's just open to space because it's robots.
yeah, it could be. I never really thought about that.
Because it's such an inefficient thing to have slats in general. It looks obviously amazing, but I don't know. I always thought it was open because why not? They're robots. And then you can imagine they
Ribbits.
retract, and then it's just the Cylons just sitting there doing their thing in a cockpit open space. I don't know. I think kind of charming.
Hmm.
Yeah, this will be
Yeah,
tricky
and
because this is a really close game in terms of lesser talked about but well loved designs that are a bit odd but also very simple, right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's actually a little toy version of this that I want to find. It's like a little die-cast, um, almost like a Hot Wheels. They have this
Hmm.
in the Viper, which the Vipers are a lot harder to find, obviously, but I really want to find those.
Hmm.
So actually, you know what? I think I have this one. I think I did manage to snag the Cylon Raider, but I couldn't find the Viper. I think it's upstairs in the package still. I should go get it. Um, he's like, no, don't go get it.
Yeah.
Because I've also got my AMT model kit
So
upstairs,
is it one
which
you've not seen yet? So if we bring it out, you'll be like a first look review kind of thing.
well, I've seen it because I bought it,
But yeah,
but I haven't opened it. I'm not gonna open it,
what sort of
but I can
packaging
show you
is
the
it in?
package. Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm just gonna get it.
Excellent. Sincere funny man. Vote now in the poll, everybody. It's funny because a guilty pleasure, I think NSC is a much better design for various reasons. I don't know, I feel like the VSG is so much less talked about. That's why you guys need to vote, because we have our own context, we have our own thoughts, but you guys make the final say. As we said, 2-4-1. 2-4-1. Let us know your thoughts, comments, questions, etc. as I am continuously finding reference, etc. And it's back.
Yay! I had fun flying this down. Here's my model kit.
Oh, damn. That's big.
When I was a kid. Impressive, no?
No.
Most impressive. Anyway. And I said, Hot Wheels. What's Hot Wheels packaging?
Oh.
And there's a Viper that goes with it, and I can't find it because it's rare. Viper.
Interesting. It feels a very different proportion wise to the other one.
No, same. Exactly the same.
Hmm.
A disc.
Yeah, it feels flatter.
Disc. Oh. Tis not.
All right.
Trust me.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. With 24 votes, ooh, the Protector wins by 54%. So just that's fair. That's fair. All right, we'll get that out of here.
Get.
Go on, get. Robert Buckley throws in $5. USS Athena with wings made my top 5, so a little controversial.
Oh, interesting. Okay, remember, guilty pleasure. Do you... Now, this is obviously an anonymous poll, right? So, are you saying that there's a little bit of negativity towards that ship? But do you secretly love it and therefore feel guilty? Just going to put a clarification on this Trek.
There it is. I was looking. All right.
Okay,
there
vote now.
The Athena. Yeah, this one's really growing on me. I like the classicness of it. The kind of majestic, mythological look that it has, and to tie in with the name Athena, I mean, that's fucking cool. So does it make a lot of sense? I mean, no, but it's also a future ship, so it doesn't have to. It's kind of style over substance, really. And when it lands, I mean, I love the different configuration. I love that kind of special feature. So yeah, I think the Athena is really cool. I would, if I had to command one, I'd probably take the Athena over the NSC Protector, NSCA Protector, personally.
I mean, I prefer the bridge for sure of the Protector.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
I mean, the corridors are wonderfully plain TOS with a bit more oomph to them, but they're so do you either go for the ultra simplistic white clean or the ultra garish 4000 neon light panels, reflective floor over the top, because So I would go with the simpler, so I don't get a migraine. Engineering room much better. Both got saucer secondary hull separation. One with jet propulsion, one with a non-connectable strut things. They're more similar than they could be. I have all these lot, right? The way they outstretch. Central module that does tracks, as you said. I mean, the elegance and flow and the paint of the NSCA is still far nicer for me. It looks prettier, but the Athena has a really... They've done a nice minimalistic set of details that do their own thing without being too garish. I think Fansets just announced-ish. Then recently, the badge, the com badge. I don't know if it's on sale yet, but I think they announced it.
Yeah, Fleet Paul's already got his.
Oh, there you go. I think it's limited in rank though to whatever they happen to be. I do want one of those.
Yeah, I kind of do too, actually.
Which isn't for every... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they've got £19, not bad. So it's captain only. So it's arcade only. And you can really see the way that it's been molded into itself. You can see it's all one piece. It's not quite as elegant as a nice 3D modeled and printed and assembled piece would be, but mass market. Sold out. Oh damn. You can't buy it, Stuart. Sold out.
Yeah.
Right.
Robert Buckley says, so Commander, does Iron Man armor count? Personally, I would say no. But we've already had the anime girl thing, which is kind of the same thing, I think. So I don't know.
It's your money.
Yeah, but I don't want to start getting into mech suits and having mech suits get dragged into this
Yeah.
personally. But I don't know.
I mean,
That's just me.
if it's a really specific, clearly a spaceship mech suit, right? Because then it's doing a bit more. I don't know what it'd be, but there are a few of them. But it's a mild cop out to go Iron Man. Although he can fly in space, so definitionally yes, but you know,
Well, then he's not a ship; he's a space suit.
sure, yeah, 100%, yeah, 100%, 100%.
Which would you count the Apollo astronauts' space suits as a spaceship? Because they could go outside too. But no, it's a space suit.
Not self propelled. So they would be there'd be the difference.
They would be. All you gotta do is punch a little hole in it and use the air. You could self-propel in that, no problem.
Okay, yeah, they're spaceships. Yeah, 100%. Hmm. Yeah. I would say I guiltily am not pleasured by them. Is that too dirty?
That's a sentence I never want to hear you say again. Pleasured by. Just anyway, with 19 votes, the Athena wins with 74%. Ousting the Protector. Goodbye, Protector.
I mean,
We
yeah,
hardly knew you.
I could see that being very true. We just did the poll, but yeah, it's better than people give it credit for. So you're embarrassed to say you like it, but yeah, be guilty about liking it, and you get to have your say here and now. I dig it. I dig it.
Robert Buckley gifted 5 memberships.
Oh,
So thank you, Robert. Much appreciated. So welcome Arima Shima, Daniel Tush, Doomy ETI, Gorzan Donovich, and CJDJ Canada. Welcome to the channel.
you're doing great, by the way. You're doing great.
Perfect. Thank you. And Robert Buckley puts in $2. Cat, my Protostar is supposed to be in tomorrow. Yeah, mine was shipped too, but then they fucked up the address that it's sent to, so they had to fix that. So I don't know when it's coming in soon. That's what I'm saying. That's a whole thing with Fan Home. They fucked the address twice. And then the one time the address was correct, they said it was undeliverable, even though it was absolutely deliverable. So it got returned. And they said that was for the Intrepid, just here. There's a whole thing. They're not great with their shipping. Let's put it that way. But their customer service is excellent. You contact them, they're very friendly. They fix it right away. But it's just extra steps that you don't really necessarily want to do.
It's like you would think address, sending, done.
Mm-hmm. Let's move to the PayPals now. We got Mark Lawrence with $10.
Ooh.
He says, I'm going with the Raven / Corvid class. Love that lower decks gave it some action.
Battle of the Trek.
Raven Corvid class.
I mean, I like this. Raven unguilty, without any guilt.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I would feel slightly more ashamed to say I liked Athena. But also, you could argue this is a box.
Oh, yeah.
It's a box, guys. It's a box. Oh, yeah. I mean, fair.
Yeah. But it's a cool box. And the interior is really nice. I prefer my... This is warm. But they're still cool. Anyway, yes, there's the interior details of this are kind of neat. And yes, lower decks did give it some much needed extra love. We saw the inside of Annika Hansen's parents' ship, which is a science vessel. Love that. Basically, it's a runabout on steroids, you could say. Quite unique cell configuration as well. I like it. I would pick it over the Athena any day because just that era of aesthetics works for me. You know?
I like the effortlessness. Feels like Rick designed new nacelles that are all super original yet super different. Like, where'd this come from? Right? That's great. You know? Yet older. Etc. etc. So yeah, it's a classic piece. Mentioned it a few times in Trek Shorts. We hope to more. because it's a, they should, could, would be everywhere, right? As in, if they're less expensive, quote unquote, to produce or whatever, then they could be around.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd still say I was more guilty for Athena.
You're choosing Athena?
I would, yeah.
You like it better than the Raven? Okay.
No. I'd say it's more of a guilty pleasure. Guilty.
So you really like it more than the Raven? Okay, gotcha.
Fine. One more super chat of $5, and I'll express my true feelings. It's poking me to get out of me, but I won't do it without a super chat. I have morals, Stuart. I have morals.
And Tab Extra throws in 20 krona, which is $2. It says, I really love this ship, the X303 Prometheus. Need 5. So if somebody wants to top him up, or Tab Extra if you want to throw in. It's 50 krona for you guys.
Or half
Just
in paper.
saying. Sure.
Right, I also think it's a great ship. Maybe good pleasure.
Let's see. We got
doesn't intrigue me.
16 votes, 17 votes now. And it's the USS Raven. 76%. So it's not even really close.
Ah. So people are more. They don't love. They like this one more. I mean, like I said, it is less designed in terms of the basic shapes, but Rick did so many flourishes of like, well, this could be plain. Let's not make it plain. Blah blah blah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And Mark's next one, another guilty pleasure of mine, would be the Outlaw Star, because it has arms for ship-to-ship fighting when weapons are depleted. No energy weapons in that universe. Also a nude navigator. So Outlaw Star. You're going to get us in trouble, Mark, with the nude navigator. I don't know what the Outlaw Star looks like. So
Red
I don't know if
one.
it's there yet. Red one. That's what I was wondering.
Mm-hmm. The one you didn't know. Yeah.
So I don't know a lot of those that are up there. So, are you okay? Are you in a bad mood today? You're a little snarky.
No?
I'm just hoping everything's okay.
No, fine. No.
Okay.
I guess I'm in Bantz mode. No? Guilt. I mean, it's. I think they're both simplistic in their own way. She's not elegant. She's a multi-level tube with some things at the back, and it feels like you should grab it, turn the back into a spinning thing, and shove it into the ground to make a hole. That's the back end of it. Guilty pleasure, though. I mean, is it cooler than Raven just because it's so weird? Yeah.
Looking at both of these, if I had to pick, I'd pick the Raven. But I mean, it does have some cool features to it. It's got a more organic shape. It's got a better flow, I guess. It's got more eye-popping colors. And a nude navigator. I mean, hey, can't complain.
I mean, but is it socially acceptable? In which case,
I mean,
guilty. Right?
To be fair,
yeah,
the Raven could have a nude navigator as well.
We don't know what
if they want to be, right?
What's Hannah Hanson's mum's name? Mama Hanson does when Annika's, at school, at space school. Yeah. Right? We don't know.
Right? No, I know. I feel you. Let's see. With 16 votes, the Raven wins with 65%.
Rob Buckley says she's a Vulcan ship. Yeah. You could turn that into a Vulcan ship without that much effort. Let's be honest. Yeah. Which is actually, I think, a compliment.
Yeah. And Tab Extra put in 50 krona with he said F you.
Yes.
And then he retracted the message. So
yes.
So we'll get to that after we cover the PayPal's.
Prometheus.
Tab Extra.
Excellent. I mean, he's got a shot.
So, yeah, next up we got Classic for Real. This is chat request funding for Spaceship Yamato. Dun, dun, dun.
Boy, had the other one won, this would have been a very fair matchup. As in terms of similar designs. Not really, but it's more similar.
The Yamato. I never got into this show, Star Blazers. My buddy Ash was huge into it. I was more into Battle of the Planets. Battle of the Animes, I guess. I always thought the ship looked silly being in space, just being a typical battleship, warship that you see on the ocean. But also the captain wears a captain's hat like this. So, it was very US military vibe, and I don't know. I never really got into it. I've never actually watched a full episode of the goddamn show, I don't think. I've seen bits and pieces here and there over the years, and of course,
Say that with your chest. Say the pride, Stuart. I've never actually watched that fucking show.
I've never seen
There you go.
one episode of this goddamn show. At least all the way through. I might have. I don't know. But it never really stuck with me. It never really excited me, anything like that. So, yeah.
I don't know how much Stuart likes to be excited by things.
Depends on the thing that's. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Truth. It's fun. I feel like I'm the so what is the title of this live stream?
Guilty pleasure ships.
Yes. I feel like I have a guilty displeasure with this ship. That everyone loves it. Not me. So I feel bad that I don't.
It's got more personality and pizzazz than the Raven, if you look at it in a certain way,
Sure.
from a certain point of view. But I mean, if I had to command one, I really like the look of the Raven, but it's much smaller of a ship. Like if you want something with firepower, you'd pick the Yamato, but
yeah, although strictly speaking, if the firepower is less capable because it's not lasers.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people know people like it. And so it's not a guilty pleasure as much. But like I say, I have a guilty displeasure that I just don't think it's that great. I'm sorry, but am I really? Yes. But also,
well, let's see if everybody agrees with you.
Guys, are gonna give it high marks. I know you are.
We have 26 people here and 30 likes. So 30 likes. The like ratio is great today. I don't know what's going on today with that, but 27 people here now. And only 12 people have voted on this. So go vote.
God damn it.
If you don't know what if you don't know what the ship is, you don't know what it's from, just vote for the one that you do know. I don't know.
I mean, there's also love at first sight with ships. Yeah, if you see this thing, think, damn. Right?
Yeah.
Although just to show us you're still here, guys. Put your hand up in the chat if there's an emoji for that. Cool. No. Or a Stuart emoji. There are Stuart emojis if you can. If you would want to see Captain Stuart Foley of This Is Foley of the Foley class fight the Yamato in a fan film.
I don't even want to see that.
But if you want to see it, firing your multiple 4 torpedo tubes against their multiple 4 tubes.
Yeah. Robert Buckley said, how is the brick in space winning so much? Because people are voting for it. Pick something that's going to dethrone it. Let's go.
I have a lot of I have a lot of love for it because it's simple. It's so minimally used in the show. It's in maybe a handful of flashback shots. Maybe 7, right? That's it.
Which ship are we talking about?
Raven, the brick.
Oh, yeah.
Like the shots are nice, right? They're done well. They're simple. But it's just kind of. I think if the nacelles were either reused with either D or Voyagers, I wouldn't like it. But for everything's original. They put the time into doing everything original, right? It's a custom ship, and it tells you about the other side of Starfleet, which is the bog standard basic bitch ships, which is fine, right? Absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a nice ship.
Well, 14 votes. People agree with the Raven being 71%.
So what we're saying is you need to find it, and there's many other ones coming, so stay tuned, guys. You need to find a ship that you love, that you think people don't like, right? That's that slanting skew. Cool.
Classic for real says chat funding Star Wars Shadows of the Empire Outrider. Blah, blah, blah.
They're not Falcon.
Say that again. What?
They're not Falcon.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for it.
So,
Can't see it, so
Hobam.
that's why I couldn't see it.
Very well.
All right.
Do you feel
There you go,
guilty
an
liking
alternate.
this one, Stuart? Did you have guilt in the heart?
No, I've taken guilt out of this whole equation. I've already talked about that. It's just what ship is better for me.
Okay.
I'm going to pick probably the Outrider, actually. It's got a little bit more of a uniqueness to it. And it feels, I don't know, something about it just feels more stylish, I guess. They're probably about the same size, roughly, same capabilities, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something about, as much as I usually prefer Star Trek ships, and I do still like the Raven immensely, I would pick a Sydney class over the Raven. I'd pick a Sydney class over the Outrider, but I'd pick the Outrider over the Raven. So for me, it'd be Outrider for this one. Just got a more unique kind of vibe to it. So there.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked this ship. Is it guilty pleasure in the sense, as in for what people's interpretation might be, in that it's from a very specific era of Star Wars when the games were, you know, of their time, but they're really of their time, right? Where a lot of the animations were, damn, we almost got really impressive looking things. Not really, but we almost did. So that's part of the fun, right? So this has a really nice thing of being, I mean, gosh, if you look at the Star Wars content from the era, the fact we had motion graphics, animation, ship stuff, wow, this is really cool. And this is a full design, it's not a, you know. But I think people like this one, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Evan Hawke, of course, is my love compared to these, and you put all three. I feel like I overlove that one a bit, but I think it's a better design. This is probably a cooler design. That's a better design. I think the off center works really well here, but it's more safe. I don't know. I'm saying words. What do you guys think? 10 votes.
Go vote
Come
in
on,
the
guys.
poll.
There's so many of you here.
I know there's 25 of them here, and nobody's voting.
It is absolutely
Voting's free. I don't know if you knew that, but you're not like every time you vote doesn't take like 25 cents out of your bank account. You can just vote for free. I'm just saying.
Wait, no, it does.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool if it did.
No, it does. It's a YouTube thing.
Gives it to us? Because it doesn't give it to us.
Well, so to YouTube.
See, Dan says, I like the Curie class from Deep Space Nine. Now, that's a good guilty pleasure ship. That's the definition of a guilty pleasure ship. A ship that's a kit bash that is not, you know, conventionally great, but yeah, perfect. Well, only 10 votes, I guess. That's it. Outrider wins with 60%, so dethrones the brick in space, as it's been called. And we'll get rid of the Raven now for the Outrider. The Outrider has successfully won. Good job, Outrider. Good job. Now, next up in Classic Careers is the Red Dwarf, which I think is the definition of a guilty pleasure ship because it's not an awesome design, but it does what it's supposed to do. It's a mining ship, right? So it's designed to not be aesthetically pleasing, but to be functional. Function over form. Form of function. It works for what it is. I would never pick the Red Dwarf. I mean, it's huge inside, so if you need to need a ship that's going to be massive, sure. I mean, it doesn't look awesomely comfortable, And you got to go outside and clean off the lettering all the time. So that's a no for me. If that was like auto cleaning, that'd be better. But I don't want to be out there squeegeeing the words.
Well, I'm
So
assuming it's one of the things where they saved the budget on automated cleaning systems to make the ship so cheap,
maybe,
and therefore
maybe.
we've got to be able to do it as well. So it's a punishment and a cheapskate thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Absolute punishment. I like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it doesn't really make sense now. But imagine if you were a first-time car buyer, right? Put yourself back in that mindset, and you, for whatever reason, I say $300 your dollars less, but the back seat windows were this system, the old style, you know, just because cheaper. Would you do that modification of 300 less just to get it off the price, or is that worth it?
Yeah, a lot of people did at the time. That's another reason why people bought. Well, automatic used to be more expensive. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of things like that. Like the Camaro's got wind up windows, wind down windows. Nothing power there, but that's a 79 as well. There were
Don't get that and save some money. And also, if you're a driver, how often are you using your back seat windows, right? Anyway, so.
the live stream and you went down.
Excellent. Hello.
You both just disappeared off my screen. I was like, what the hell?
Well, it says I'm still going. Did we blip? What happened, guys?
We blipped. The snap took us. We got snapped.
We're Sam, aren't we?
Yeah.
That was weird. That's new. That hasn't happened before. That was a weird one.
I thought you lost power or something.
Exactly.
Because
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's know if we're fine.
I can see us moving again in the preview, but I don't know.
A couple of. Well, no, I dropped some frames, but guys, wave your hands if we're here.
Yeah, put your hand up in the chat if we're here. Let us know.
Or up Stuart's skirt.
I mean, I'm not wearing a skirt today, but Plastic Friel says he hears Sam. What, you don't hear me? Oh, and I hear Stuart. Well, there you go. Why did you say that? God.
Let me go to the phone because I mean I see you. Everything looks now again normal here. In a month, it's like yeah, but
that all adds up.
Yeah,
I got a few of those too, not as many as you, but
because there's one that does voice lip sync and one, they're all very useful in their own way. Yeah, but the thing to go through, good, 19 votes. Yeah, I mean I think Red Dwarf is a funnier one. I mean you express it very well. It's such an effective design. And of course, there was a physical miniature at the time. There's obviously a rendering of a fan model, but the detail level is exceptional. It's simple, but being ultra complicated. It's bulky, but with a certain flow. If you removed any one element, it'd be more boring. Any element. And it feels like they did ask a designer, that big thing pulls in a rock, stays there, gets broken down, moves to the ship, goes to there's a...
I don't know if it's based on actual like NASA designs for what it would be like for mining meteors, but I've seen this design before where you basically catch it in a cage and you have all the time you need to do all the mining. So yeah, I don't know if it's based on this or if this was based on that. I mean, this could have came first.
It was a while ago. I've wanted to have my lead modeler build this for a while. First of all,
that'd be complicated, wouldn't it?
First of all, there's no HD screen caps for obvious reasons. It's from the 80s. Because the first version is the best version, right? And when they made it again for HD, it's obviously not the original version, which has some proportions. But they just shoved greeblies on it. And it didn't have to make sense, And while certainly things like the forward bit, you build one, you clone it, there's obvious parts of that. And you could probably argue it's symmetrical, except the asteroid. Just like how far do you go in replicating the panels? Because it all adds up, right? For tone and tone, but it's all part of it. So there's not really a right answer there, and my modelers don't like me doing certain projects with them. I'll say that. This would be
Yeah.
one of them.
I wouldn't want to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even as a physical model builder, this is no absolute nightmare in any scale.
Yeah.
Unless they come in, if it comes in pre-molded pieces with all the
Yeah.
greeblies and you just
Yeah.
attach all the sides, that's a different story.
Even still.
But anyway,
Anyway. What people
that's
saying?
what these discussions are for. With 20 votes, red. Oh, it's tied 50-50.
Oh,
God damn.
oh,
All right, we need a tiebreaker. How many people are here?
you just
23 people. So 3 people, one of you can make the difference.
first vote gets it. So
Two
all the
totally
voted
different. Yeah. 2 totally different designs, concepts,
Yeah.
sizes,
Yep.
universes,
budgets,
Yeah.
speeds.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing is moving at the speed of snail, and one will go wherever it wants at the speed of the plot.
Yeah.
It's not talked about enough, Red Dwarf.
Hmm.
It is a. I have also wanted to get the sets built because they're so wonderfully crap, which implies
Yeah,
it'd be easy.
exactly. I was gonna say that's when I was talking about the interior. It's like it's kind of simplistic, and I don't know if I'd really want to live in a ship like that. But at the same time, when you're building a ship so big, you're not gonna make it fancy and like,
Nope.
I'm sure some decks, some corridors might be, but yeah.
Also, Red Dwarf won, by the way. I in between me
Yeah.
clicking it, yeah. Well, it's funny when they do later seasons. Of course, they revisit the past a bit, and well, it's not the same art design and blah 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 blah. In theory, you do see parts of the higher ups quarters, and that is part of the joke. Is that the other decks are significantly nicer, and there are rooms that are only for officers, and it's like, oh, so they're real places to be on the ship, not just those shitty service corridors. And then if you take it literally, one of the seasons they alter the universe, and they make it so there's actually a prison colony inside Red Dwarf. And there's even lower decks. Yep.
Cool.
All right. Can it maintain the crown? I don't know. Let's have a look.
Let's see what's next on Classic for Reals bingo card. Andromeda class, because he also said Yamato. We already did that. So Andromeda.
Very different again.
Yeah, like this is Cerebro's helmet, man. Anyway, yeah. So totally different things going on here. One's very industrial, very functionally, useful. The other one's kind of a everything ship. I'm not, and there's totally different design language as well. One's again simplistic geometrical shapes, and the other one's very curvy, very organic, got a definite uniqueness to it. So, but yeah, and it's like all I see is Cerebro's helmet now. God damn.
You broke his brain, guys.
Yeah.
What dicks?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Personally, for functionality and interior design and stuff, I'd go with the Andromeda. But yeah, I think Andromeda would be my choice in this one. For me, it's a guilty pleasure because it's kind of it's an embarrassing looking ship to me. So if I really did like it, which I'm not the biggest fan of it, but that for me it would be a guilty pleasure because I wouldn't want to admit that I liked it. So, but a lot of people really like the design, so they're very proud to say they like it, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, you
Good
do
for
you.
you.
Yeah, exactly. You get a fucking cookie and a pat on the head.
2 cookies because it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, as you know, I like the ship, and it's one of those things where, irrespective of what you think of the show, I think the ship is such a classically odd, interesting, fun design that it gets its own unique style points. I say as for those things, I would also love to do the interior for Andromeda. They are very Trek, but not. They're sort of that structural, repeated pattern corridor vibe. There's a lot of Trek in that. I mean, hard to ignore. Not very similar to the exterior. Both the ships are actually as if the budget for each version of the ship inside and outside was just so different that they said, "Oh, well, it's like, but sir, they don't feel like the same thing." It's like, right, thanks, designer. That said, if you look at a submarine on the outside, it's a curvy metal tube. For the inside, it's girders, it's pipes, it's sterile. It's, you know what I mean. It's not exactly a very nice environment. So, could you argue those are very different in terms of design languages?
Mm,
Yes, no.
no, not really. I mean, yeah, a lot of similarities, I guess, but I don't know.
So asking the question, right?
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure. If you, in terms of no one knows Red Dwarf as much as Andromeda, I would say, because that had mainstream American watching.
Yeah, but
But
Red Dwarf has the cult gestalt vibe to it, so
yeah, like if you know
it's a
Red
cult
Dwarf,
classic.
you're a
Yeah.
cool guy because you're not a cool guy. Andromeda, you were there in the 2000 and whatever when it was on. Cool.
I was there when it was on, and I didn't watch it because I didn't like the look of the ship. I didn't really. I'd catch the odd thing here and there with it, but you know, yeah, not really my thing. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. With 21 votes, Andromeda wins with 67%. So,
I could not predict that, which is good.
yeah. Cerebro's helmet for the win. All right.
All right. Interesting.
His next one, I mean, he said that it was supposed to be the Andromeda from Star Blazers, but we're not going to look at that, so it's fine.
Excellent.
Next up is the Enterprise D, he said, Galaxy class, which I don't know why that would be any kind of guilty pleasure. And this is probably going to trounce everything that comes after it.
Well, no, because it's not a guilty pleasure ship, so it gets a fail by default, Stuart.
Sure.
Because no one's guilty for pleasuring this. Wait.
Those are words he said.
Yeah, I mean, maybe at the time when people naysayed it because it was so fat and out of proportion, you could have been said, at the time, you could have been said it was a guilty pleasure ship. And certainly, I suppose, if you said you'd like to over the Enterprise original or the refit, you would be laughed at by a lot of people. So I guess in that sense, but now it's considered the most overall known Enterprise because TNG really went everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, it can't be a guilty pleasure ship by definition because no one's guilty for liking it, right? So it loses either way.
True. And my buddy Rude Chef Aaron says I didn't watch it either, but the ship is cooler than the Red Dwarf. Also, Andromeda was a Canadian production, so it was in all of our faces all the time. Yes. And where is it? Dan Ben says that Andromeda was on in the UK. Yeah, but that's not the point. Red Dwarf really wasn't on in the States. So as far as massive amount of people that maybe saw it, that's what he was saying. Even though Andromeda was on in the UK, Red Dwarf is not as big a thing here in the States. So anyway.
Well, Red Dwarf is just a sitcom in space. Right? As I mean, there are loads of sitcoms I doubt you've ever heard of because why would you? As there are, I mean, Canadian especially, Canadian sitcoms probably haven't made it to the US as much, and nor to the UK. I mean, Kim's Convenience is a famous one. I saw it on a plane. Never heard of it. It was in season 2. Never a trailer. Never, because why would it? It's a very small local Canadian one. Just because the people in it became more popular afterwards, it was very small. It's
like Corner Gas.
Yeah, it's great. Really good show. But it's a Canadian, very niche, lovely show. I saw it on a plane. Loved it. Fucking watched every single one. Red Dwarf, the same thing, right? It's still great, but it's not necessarily gonna. I mean, gosh, how many Mexican or African similar low budget, well made shows never even cross our paths, right? But a big American sci-fi show, they plaster on networks, cause America.
All right.
So automatic lost you for Enterprise D.
All right. Even though 73% said, I know. I'm just shut the face.
No, that's me to the audience, Stuart. I am backing you up.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you.
I'm gonna put it up there as a like, hey, remember me? I did win, but not. So we're gonna keep Andromeda where it is.
Okay. We're gonna tap it saying you tried.
Yeah, good boy.
Good boy.
All right. I'm gonna switch back to the super chats for a second.
Beautiful.
Tab extra, even though he said F us. We're gonna give him the X303 Prometheus.
Oh yes.
Uh let's see.
Well, that's a fun mashup. Oh bam.
Oh.
Yeah, we were debating so hard I forgot to put in.
Now, there was one up there. It's up there.
Oh, whichever's easier.
It's up there on the left. Yeah.
Oh, good for me.
Congratulations, you did your job. Awesome.
So very of its time, as was Andromeda, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's in less episodes. It's probably going to be in maybe 8 episodes of TV. Andromeda all 100. Well, no, that was a lie. They're not in season 4 or 5 at all. Well, gut reaction. What would you say more guilty pleasure about the two of them? Because you're not a fan of either particularly, but which would
right.
But which would be the category? Do you think?
I'd say this is for me, one of the definitional bricks in space. The gray brick in space with antennas everywhere. So to like that one over something stylized and designed and kind of funky like the Andromeda, I think would be more guilty pleasure for the Prometheus. So that's my thinking on this one, because there's so many gray bricks in space, and in different sci-fi franchises and games, it seems to be the standard. And we've talked about this many times in Fleet Yards. Just slap some antennas on shit and paint it gray, and we're good to go. So, yeah, the Prometheus would be the most guilty of the pleasures in this one. So that's my thinking anyway.
Yeah.
But I would still choose it over Andromeda any day, because it's got more of, I don't know, Andromeda, just the curves and stuff just kind of bother me. That front phallic looking hull that it has is just like, it doesn't work for me. Yeah, it's very phallic-y.
Get your head out of the gutter, my man.
Just break that off. You've got something to pleasures, and then use the rest of the ship for Cerebro as a helmet. I mean, anyway, it's fine.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, Prometheus is such an important piece of sci-fi. We got it, guys. It represents so much in the show, and it is just an amusingly, like, we could totally build this today if you had the anti-grav engines, right? If you had the engines, the physical shape of the ship, we could totally build. And I don't have any understanding why it was so bulky and cumbersome, apart from just it took that much to make something fly. There's something kind of charming about how bulky and bricky, and the engines are giant bricks with some slight detailing, and you can see the literal conning tower, and it's
got kind of. I was gonna say it's got kind of Star Destroyer vibes with the conning tower, and even the shape of the engines at the back and stuff like that. Like,
that's fair.
And the color.
Yeah, I've always liked the head module, because it does have kind of a face shape almost. It's way more characterful than a right to be, and more than Deadless, which is actually quite simplified. But it's just various bulky bricks, and this was the point when we could have done a nicer CGI model. I mean, it was quite good for the time, but more curved. But this was the one they went for. So I could see people not liking it that much, or being so endowed. Just love the idea of it. Andromeda's definitely a sexier design, but ironically, the detailing's less detailed. But it takes away on polygons to be curved, so it's actually a more detailed model probably, because you can have flat.
Yeah.
And this is not the real model. It's just a fan. Very good. Yeah. That's why I saved it. I thought, oh, this is a really good render. What are you guys going to vote for? I'm not sure.
And Raj says the space shuttles have been known as flying bricks on wings, not for design, but for the way they fly. They're clunky. The shuttles were very clunky. They were gliders, essentially, not flyers. So yeah, they were like a falling brick that had wings. If that's what you're referring to, which I think it is. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. 12 votes. Only 12 votes with 31 people here and 39 likes. Again, our like ratio is fantastic today, which is never the case. So odd. Vote on the poll. Hopefully get another 2 votes to get to 20. with that many. Oh, we got 19. We need one more vote. So people out there that aren't voting, go and vote.
Right now.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Probably 5 minutes ago, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, that's also true. All right. 20 votes. There it is. We got the X303 wins with 60%. Which I think looks like it surprised you, Sam. Did that surprise you?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't winning
Really?
the entire time I saw it, right?
Hmm.
Which is A-okay. But still.
Hey. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we've got Robert Buckley with $5. Front cover ship from Futurama, please. Please, please. So the thumbnail picture? Is that what you mean?
Yes?
Front cover, I would assume means thumbnail. I don't know.
Yes?
All right, we'll do this Futurama ship then. There it is right there. Gonna get rid of the Enterprise because it should have never been on here to begin with.
Nice.
All right.
Well, it's cool.
So the Planet Express ship. It is a guilty pleasure ship in a way. When I first saw this ship when Futurama came out, I'm like, how very 1950s retro. Like all you're missing is like little rings around the
Oh, that would
lower
fuck it.
fins,
That'd ruin it so hard.
which I think they've had before on this. I remember seeing them, like floating ring. Anyway, I don't know if that was a fever dream or whatever, but anyway,
Maybe the
it
Mandela your brain.
maybe
It had rings.
it would
God damn it!
it would suit it. Let's be honest. The color was an interesting choice as well, but it's very classic 1950s Buck Rogers style rocket ship, quote unquote. Even the gun on top that has like a physical like barrel. It's like a dome thing. It's so simplistic. And I don't know if it would be guilty pleasure necessarily because it is the hero ship and it's a lot of people do like the design. They like that kind of retro vibe to it. So I don't know. Comparing it to like there's almost no comparison because they're two totally different like universes. I think 303, but I don't know, man. How? What the look at the poll. Damn. 11 votes and 100% Planet Express ship right now.
We need at least another 10 votes, at least.
At least, yeah.
See, that's the thing, isn't
Damn.
it? It's Futurama. I love it. I've always loved it from when it first came on. I was sad the 5 times it's been cancelled. Although
Don't worry, it always comes back.
at a certain point, you just think, yeah, back in 10 years, it's fine. It's like, what? Nah, it's fine. Cancellation can't cancel this thing. Again. But it's damn good in motion. The green is so garish, but it works. The variations are green. The fact that it's not to be taken fully seriously. You know,
Yeah.
when do they ever actually use the ladder and the door? But it gives you scale. You know, they always go in the landed and then walk in. The cockpit's great. I can't visualize the sleeping quarters on it, despite having liked the ship for 20
I think
years.
it's just a pretty simple room and there's bunks, if I recall correctly.
Can't even remember it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's a really fun, simple ship that does elevate itself in my eyes. I mean, as I'm staring at it, that must be intentional to give this thing lipstick. Right? Because that's such a... Once you see it,
Yep.
that last little bit is like, what's that? Is that, you know? Yeah. In fact, when for this last but my birthday, Marie got me, because we saw it in a local sci-fi store in London, the art of Futurama, and it had a actual orthographic, which means top, bottom, side, you know, from a flat, as much as you can, flat perspective of it in the set, the hangar. So I thought, not that the book wasn't worth getting, but it was more worth getting, so I could scan those pages and then have a full orthographic view, which gives you proportions. And once you have proportions, you can guess the rest. To build we have a refined model by Barry Chapman, but if I'd want to use it today, I'd want it done at a high level. Which was ironic because it's such a simple ship, but to get it proportionally right is so key, and wrong it feels wrong. So I like it. I wouldn't say it was guilty pleasure at all, but maybe because cartoon, maybe because Futurama came and went. But holy hell!
22 votes. One person voted for the X303. Planet Express ship wins 95%. Damn, son. Sorry about your X303 there, man. I'll
No,
just
but, I
put that
mean,
over here.
no, but you could argue though it's normal pleasure
I never argue, Sam.
than
I'm not going to
guilty,
argue with you.
guilty pleasure.
What?
What?
I'm not going to argue with you. What?
What? Hey,
All
Sonny,
right.
what are you saying, dear?
We're going to switch back to
Nice surprise, though.
PayPal for a second, even though we got into the super chat. But Classic for Real says chat funding Phoenix from GeForce. Ooh, the god Phoenix. That is. Do you want me to grab a picture of it?
Nope, I got
Yeah.
it. Start dogging.
One of my favorite. I grew up with this thing, the Battle of Planets. Later found out it was Gachamon from in Japan. It's totally different stories. They're much more adult oriented. It's very much watered down and like changed and chopped up for
A hardcore, more adult version.
Yeah, oh yeah. Broadcast in the States was absolutely murdered. They added Seven Arcs, 7 scenes. They, changed the character's name, changed the stories. Oh, that's an awful picture. I'm gonna find a real picture. Um, anyway, yeah, absolutely awesome ship with the different vehicles for each person in there. I used to make paper airplanes and like draw the Phoenix on it all the time because I wanted one as a kid and they weren't available anywhere. So, you kind of had to do with make your own thing, right? So I really so much wanted a toy of it though. And there were ones available in Japan, but sadly I never got one of those. I'll make this one bigger till I find a better one. It's kind of hard to talk and look at the same time. So but yeah. God awful picture proportion wise. All right, there we go. I'm done. Very airplane like. Sorry, I should say that.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously hadn't seen this until you did it for the show. For Fleet Yards, a total unknown person. It's always stood out to me since then because, of course, it's a really pointy red and blue and white American style
Garish. It stands out American style.
Blue, red, and white. Red, white, and blue. I mean, you can't get more American.
Well, it's gray. It's not white, and it's absolutely Japanese in design. So nothing American.
But do you know what I mean? It's almost all the primary colors. Like it always stood out to me as like an American flag color thing.
Really?
Which was
That's
fine.
really strange.
They're almost like the exact same colors as the flag as well. So I always thought it was kind of funny. So I was kind of associate with that. It's cool. I wouldn't say it was a guilty pleasure ship because it's just a nice ship. Also, that's not loading, just
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, I like it just fine. I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever, but I mean it packs a new punch. These are mildly comparable in the simple sort of design. This one being more silly, the other one being more anime-y. But I like it.
Is that not working?
Let me refresh the page. There it is. Nope.
Oh, you got it?
Nope.
Okay.
There we go. Yep.
Yes? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Still not the best image, but that's fine. Yeah. It has a special place in my heart because I grew up with it. And I absolutely loved that show when I was younger. I used to watch it all the time before school. So,
although, have you gone back and watched the real show yet?
yes, absolutely. I got the DVD set. I've watched most of them. Haven't got through them all yet, but the window needs to be resized, I think.
Oh, did it kill itself? That probably did that. Would you say if you were to compare in the broadest stroke possible, what would you say the similarity is between the the show and the show. The two versions, because you said they changed things.
There's nothing to compare. There's absolutely totally different stories. They tone it down. They make it more Star Wars for the American audience because the Phoenix can go from galaxy to galaxy or like solar system to solar system. It's that's not what the show's about at all. The ship doesn't do that. It can maybe go into space, but it doesn't ever really leave the solar system. Why would it? Um, very, very different. Because yeah, the original is Gatchaman Science Ninja Team, so it's basically a specialist organization that takes care of stuff as far as special forces stuff goes. Whereas Battle of the Planets, they're fighting Zoltar, who's like an alien that's trying to invade Earth, which is not necessarily what the original series is about. So
Quite different, yeah.
yeah, well, they wanted to capitalize on the success of Star Wars.
That would do it.
So
So,
the window
but
is
you,
still
but
the
they,
wrong size. So
I was getting new images. Oh, but did it unreset? That's weird. Yeah, okay. But isn't that Power Rangers? They reused the clips for the most part. They just like, how would they cut out? No. Oh, just
it's animated. It's not live action.
Well, no, I know, but if you're, but it was the same clips. They just redubbed it differently.
Oh yes, yeah.
But they just then edited out the space stuff.
No, they added some space stuff. And they added the Seven Arc 7 stuff as exposition for filling in gaps for huge chunks they had to cut out. So they're very adult oriented. It's a completely fucking different show in every fucking way.
So I wonder, did they have to hire the original studio in Japan or whichever
Nope.
to make new clips?
Nope.
So therefore the
Nope.
art style.
It was American styled, anime styled, American drawn, and you can tell the difference.
I was gonna say, yeah, so it just cuts between art styles, like similar but not the same.
Yes, and then they pull in stuff from different episodes to fill in for it's
Can you imagine?
fucking nightmare.
Can you imagine trying to like, argue for the rights of this? It's like, right, we want to buy your show. Yeah, show in America. Yeah. What do you want to do with it? Oh, change it. Yeah, we want to just buy the clips and we'll just do it. Yeah. Just doing your own thing. What? How mean is that, right?
Yeah. Well, with 21 votes, Planet Express ship wins with 76%. I think a lot of people might not know this God Phoenix.
Fair.
So I'm just saying. That's fair.
All
right. What is next? He's also got X-Bomber from Starfleet. X-Bomber from Starfleet, 60s anime, not Star Trek.
Does he? What was that on?
Oh, X-Bomber from Starfleet. It's a 60s anime, not the Star Trek. Starfleet.
I thought that was part of the same as the previous.
Yeah, no.
Oh, this one, yes, we often get. Now this is odd. This might be in competition because when you see it, Stuart, you're like, oh, that guy. That was too much. There we go.
Oh yeah. Looks like a crashed X-Wing. What an awful goddamn design.
So do you say you feel guilty for liking it?
If you like this, yes, you should absolutely feel guilty for it because it looks like dog shit. It's not a great design, that's what I'm saying. If that neck straightens out when it goes to flight mode and that's landing configuration, cool. But if that's just how it looks all the time, no, you should absolutely feel guilty for liking this. Absolutely, because you'd be wrong, because you shouldn't like it.
What I'm hearing is you are yucking his yum.
Where did you hear that? Is that a saying that you just have? Because somebody said that to me recently, more than once, and I'm just wondering if it's the same person.
I mean, it's from England. It's just a thing I saw on TV when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Matt
know
Boardman said it
like, but yeah.
Matt Boardman said it to me today in a message and like 2 days ago. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, and I'm like, okay, well, I've heard that before, but just twice in like the space of a week, and then you say it, it's like, huh? Huh.
Oh no, he's on my earpiece right now. See everything I'm
Oh,
saying is actually him.
he's got his hand. You're a puppet.
Wow.
His hand up your ass, and he's like,
Well, you know. How else do you think I'm so funny? Because we know Matt is a very funny lad.
"It's true." But looks aren't everything. And I'd say that if he was here on the
Yes, you
live
would.
with us. So,
Hmm.
and he knows that. He'd laugh and call me silly. It's fine. Anyway, so who likes this better than no one apparently? Well, a few people. 17 votes. Planet Express ship wins with 71%.
All right.
Somebody needs to tell me in the chat. Is this the landing configuration for the ship or just its normal configuration? Anyway, next up in his long list of things is the Sky City ship from Power Rangers Megaforce.
Yes. That's the
Sure.
looking ship.
Ship looking ship. Okay. Let me scroll around because I'm zoomed out a bit. Oh, this one?
No, that's the Halo looking ship.
Oh. Well, then
The
I don't know.
sail ship looking ship.
Oh, the sailing. Say
Ship
that,
looking
yeah.
ship.
Yeah, but a ship in the context of what we're talking about could be
That's
anything.
why I said ship.
We should have said sailing ship looking ship. The pirate ship looking ship.
Yes.
Looked like it came out of Yamato. Star
Ah.
Blazers.
But with only one paint scheme. They only have one
Yeah.
paint.
This looks like one fist or one piece or whatever the fuck it is. Anyway.
Yep.
I mean, let's slap a sword on front of a ship. Let's throw some fins on it and say it flies in space. And here we go. This looks like a prequel to Star Blazers. This is like the more primitive version to the ships. They needed solar winds to make those fuckers fly. Doesn't it feel like a prequel to Star Blazers?
Oh God.
Because then as tech gets more advanced, they look more like modern day warships. This is what they used to look like back in the day. It's an interesting design,
when I
but
was a young officer in the naval fleet, the space fleet, we had sailing boats that sailed the stars. How, Grandad? Giant masts, space masts that got the space winds. What? Yes, it worked, Timmy. It worked. I promise you. I'm not an old Grandad just saying shit. Go sleep, Grandad. Go sleep.
yeah, all right, Dad. All right, Granddad. Let's get you back to bed.
Let's get back to bed. You've had
Don't
enough.
forget to take your medication because you've already missed a few doses by the sounds of things.
Kilish. It's very old Tyler Vogt. Kilish. I mean, I don't remember this from Power Rangers. I've also not seen most Power Rangers, so I would not remember it. But I mean, in fairness, this would stand out to a 90s cartoon if a space sailing ship came in to do something. In fairness,
Make a perfect toy for kids to want to pick up.
that's probably more true than what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this might be the toy version. Yeah. Would you buy this for any kids if they asked? Dad, I want the sail ship Power Rangers.
First of all, I would say to my kids, look, y'all have fucking jobs. You can buy your own shit. Oh, you meant when they were young. Oh, okay.
I did mean before they were mostly married, yes. I should text one and say to ask you now.
I would probably buy that for them, yeah.
Okay.
It's cool enough and funky enough
Okay.
that I'd be like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah.
Power Rangers judge.
Oh, I was gonna say, if it was any other franchise, not Power Rangers. My kids were watching Power Rangers, I'd have to whoop their asses because why would you watch Power Rangers? So I'd be like, no, it's Power Rangers, you can't have it. But if this was an anime ship, like I said, from Star Blazers or something, I'd be like, yeah, you can have that. That's cool.
At what point could you tell when your kids were lying? Because I wonder if they get away with it. You know, do they have tells? You being adult, them being children.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They probably got away with a few things here and there, but a lot of times we knew they were lying to us about where they were going and stuff. But it's fine.
I'm gonna go hang out with my friends who's not a boy at 9 p.m. on a Thursday. Oh yeah, totally.
We have some stories about them trying to lie to us. So it was fucking hilarious. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. I don't want to embarrass them too much here, so because they're all watching, every one of them. Oh my God, they will always make sure to schedule to watch our lives so they can see their dad in action.
I don't think that's true. I'm just being brutally honest. I think I tell you that to make you sleep at night.
No, I know for a fact they don't watch anything I do. And it's more fun that way because then I can call them up during a live drunk yards and be like, "Which is your favorite enterprise?" And they all think it's a fucking emergency because I never call anybody. That was hilarious. For the win. It was your idea too, so thank you.
I'll be honest, that is one of my top 10 Trekyards moments of all time.
Yeah, that was great. And they all answered. And they all had well, I mean, Christian was the most salient one. He had like Enterprise E.
Yep.
It's like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's like, whatever one you like.
Yep, that's like I remember them saying, yeah. No, that was a pretty the chance I'm all picking, including Serena, like everybody. Did we call us? Yeah. I think we called them all and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, we got them all. Like Pokemon. I collected them all.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never call anyone. So when I call my kids, they're like, who the fuck died? So they all answered the phone and they were all stressed out for like a good 15, 20 seconds.
I wonder if for example, if there's some sort of government mandated therapy because of that, and all linked together, what would they say? It's like, he never phones. So what do you want to phone about? My favorite enterprise.
He was drunk and on a live stream on YouTube, and he wanted to know what my favorite enterprise was. And I've never watched Star Trek, so I don't know what to say. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. So let's see what you guys are saying. With 23 votes, Planet Express ship barely wins with 52%.
Oof. But, I appreciate it. This is our thumbnail one. I picked for a reason back when I made this in 2025. For being, but I could see people liking it in a way that's like, it's not the most popular, but it's great.
You should use this Power Rangers one as the next thumbnail for that when we do this type of live, like something we would not normally pick.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
All right, barely won. So all right, let's see what's next. The next one on his hit list here is, let's see, the USS Curry. This is for Dan Ben, I guess. So thank you, Classic for Real. And yeah, this is one that I can see as a guilty pleasure because let's be fair, it's not the best design. It is a kit bash, and it quite clearly says I'm a kit bash all over it. And I can understand being a little bit embarrassed about saying that you'd like this because, it's obviously kit bash with scaling issues to boot. Like, that's the other problem. So I don't know what else to say.
But who cares about scaling issues?
No one.
When you've got a ship in the ultra far background.
No one will notice it. No one will analyze this frame by frame and talk about it.
Was this the foreground? Was this the one pulling the other
What was pulling the other one? It was tractoring something.
So ultra foreground.
Yes, it was.
Well done, guys. You've done a good job. Yeah, no, I get it. Right, I actually kind of get it. If there's a good pleasure ship, it has got some charm.
It does indeed.
I don't mind Fabio's repaint, which might have been accurate, but we never saw it enough to really know vibe wise. But it's also kind of butt ugly as well, because the butt. No, it's not butt. Is it? It's not reversed. No, it is. Yeah, there is the butt. There's the butt. Saucer. No, butt. Yeah. Shuttle bay. There you go.
I like the configuration of it. I just wish there weren't as many scaling issues with the different elements of it. But it's a cool enough design. But yeah, I can see you being embarrassed to say that you like it, especially to somebody who is a huge Star Trek fan and realizes that those nacelles shouldn't be anywhere near that size compared to that saucer.
Yes. It would be interesting to take this as an actual fresh, let's make it make sense approach.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Like not even
If only we
necessarily
had
the
a
same
show where we
pieces.
could do such a thing. Hmm.
Yeah, but that I'd redo it not from scratch. I should take the pieces differently and
I know.
yeah.
If only we had a show or a platform or a forum or a place where we could show such a thing and have people talk about it and see it and actually would be
Well, no,
interested.
Ketwalski he quit ages ago.
It did indeed. There's a white line on the bottom of the
I know,
main window.
dealing
I
with
don't know
it.
if you know.
I
Oh,
had
okay, okay,
to.
okay,
I'm
okay,
some
okay.
odd. I'm sure my HDMI my monitor. If I move a certain way and hit the table in a certain way, kind of crashes on me. Kind of. I had to unplug stuff to mess up the arrangements and it's a stupid problem to have.
I am embarrassed for you.
How embarrassing.
Exactly. 24 votes. The USS Curie wins with 71%. Dethrones the Planet Express ship. And fair enough. Fair enough for that.
It's like a challenge, isn't it? Try and find also as embarrassing a ship, and yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Obviously, a slight Trek bias, but it's okay. That's okay. You know.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, Trekyards after all.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Robert Buckley's with
Oh,
$5. He says forward onto Dawn from Halo games. So that's this long one, right? Okay. Cool. Forward onto Dawn. Is that the name of the ship for real? That's a fucking mouthful. Yeah, this going back to what I was talking about earlier, the kind of brick in space, gray brick with antennas everywhere. This takes that, but actually stylizes it. You got that negative space on the side, which is nice. And from the side, it almost feels like it could come out more, be more of a triangle shape. Wouldn't expect it to necessarily look like that from the top, but could have been worse. Could have been more brick-like, and I think it's actually a pretty cool design, honestly. Um, would I make any changes? Maybe, but I appreciate it for what it's doing.
so to name some other fun Halo designs, I've not, I don't know these particular ones, but they're from the wiki. Just some other mouthfuls. You say the UNSC Achilles the Warrior,
Mm-hmm.
UNSC Accelerated Reaction, Abstract
Mm,
Endurance, Above and
mm.
Beyond, Above Us Only.
Sound like above us only skies?
Yes.
Sound like Helldiver ship names, minus the sword of supremacy. You get to name your ship, and you can.
I mean, it's not that far apart design wise, let's be honest. After the last
Yeah,
round,
true.
Agent of Fate, Agrippa Dream, Aim for the Heart, Aimed for the Heart. I mean,
Shot
some
through the heart, and you're to blame.
Ajax the Warrior, Axe and Provence, Abalasta Glory. Okay.
Yeah, those are very Helldiver names.
I mean, they're just clearly just book, you know, they're from books. They just, we need to name something. From books. You know?
Yeah, so um, I'd feel more guilty about like in the Halo one because it feels like it could be any franchise. You know,
Yeah.
the Curie is very uniquely Star Trek and has its own unique issues,
You could
which is
say that
embarrassing.
again.
Yeah, which is embarrassing. The other one's like, yeah, it's standard sci-fi fare
Yeah.
for ship design. So I don't know. I think Curie would be my choice here.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. I just think there's not enough personality in the other one. It's you know, effective, efficient, military looking. If you understand the Halo world, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, right? There's not that many full
Yeah.
sentences after that because I guess it works. But what do people say is the question, Stuart?
Well, according to the poll right now, 21 votes.
Okay.
The Curie class is winning with 62%.
Okay.
Considering we only have 35 people here. I mean, more people should vote. We should have 30 minimum, but that's fine. And I would agree with that assessment. I think the Curie is more of a guilty pleasure. The other one's like, okay. Yeah.
It doesn't really work. And that's part of the fun.
What he said. We got no more votes since I try to guilt people into having at least 30 votes, and that's fine. I'm going to end it there. Curie class wins to 62%. Dun, dun, dun. So that's our reigning champ. And yeah, got no more PayPals or super chats at the moment.
Well, then the question is, who can dethrone the current Titan?
The Curie. Bum, bum, bum.
And it's not often in these you know who you're fighting against. So now you know your competition. Is there one you can say, yep, nope, this will win?
Trying to think.
Any last minute one? Because I'm not against Trek winning, of course.
No.
Because it's a tricky criterion, right?
It is.
I'm trying to think up here already that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking around to see.
We've got another guilty pleasure. Okay, I've got a guilty pleasure up there that I don't think will win, but it might come close.
Okay.
But this is kind of so $5 or $2.50 on PayPal, and I will submit the one that I think in our batch we've got might win. I'll say it will, but if you want to see what I think might be a strong competitor, $5 or $2.50, and I will submit it as the last one. I'm saying it will win. It might win. Why is Curry wins? I just put different in, of course.
Behold the Curie in all its glory. Till such time as we get a contender. Yeah. Guilty pleasure is an interesting.
Just feels like such a low key one to win. Not in a bad way, just Curry.
It's all like I said, it's the very definition of what a guilty pleasure ship is, especially if you're a Star Trek fan, right? Because you know it's wrong on so many levels. But you like the configuration. You like the way it looks. It looks great in the DS9 technical manual. So, and it works in a way, but then it doesn't. I don't know. I feel guilty and dirty for liking it. Let's put it that way.
And it's funny that it skirts the line with the other one, which isn't a guilty pleasure, it's just a bleh, is of course the Jaeger.
Oh,
that's
the Jaeger class.
Not a guilty pleasure. That's a
yes.
Just
Robert Buckley is throwing in $5 via PayPal, and he says DC Legends of Tomorrow Waverider. It's from the Arrowverse CW channel.
A show that was great at the time, went downhill, well downhill, then forgotten about, despite being a time travel cool show.
Yeah, I saw a few episodes of this. I did enjoy it. I just never really got into it. It's one I was thinking of checking out in greater detail at some point later, but never got around to it. This is a fantastic looking ship design. There's nothing, I would not feel guilty at all about liking this. I love everything about the angles, the colors, just the configuration of it. It just feels like a cool ass ship that I'd want to be a command of. So I don't see how that's a guilty pleasure.
Maybe you're so guilty for the pleasure that you've lost all sense and sensibility, right? Maybe you found one that people do think is silly, you just love. Much smaller than you think. In other shots, you can see a cockpit at the front.
Oh.
So it's pretty.
Okay.
I mean, it's not small, but it's oh gosh, what would be parallel? I would say probably
Defiant?
twice as long as a Falcon. So it's not small,
okay.
but it's small, right? With a big
Yeah.
main area, temporal drive, all the yellow things, the engine units, lands very happily. Well, maybe not necessarily twice as long. But it was so amazing at the time for them to say, "Oh, we're going to do a space show, but not with space, with time."
Now, does it also create cross realities or just time?
I mean, I'm sure they did.
Because it seems like that show would do that, from what I saw. So,
I mean, if you change time and then go back, you sort of, in a sense, passing through dimensions. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that there was something, but it was more about time travel. Because obviously they're fighting other time travelers a lot of the time, so they're creating alternate things. It has been a while since I watched the show, because the first season was very structured about a megalomaniacal, long-lived, not lanthanite from a different show. You know, set up there, used here, which made a lot of sense because they could use them from various time periods. And the show ended with being a silly show where they would romp between different universes, between different timelines, dressing up and getting adventures. That lost a lot of the seriousness of the first season, which is fine, but you could argue got more silly and honestly more like the Stranger Worlds, where they went for a different gimmick. Not each episode, but regularly. So they actually had the Western episode and this episode, and it lost a lot of the grounding that, because the show's doing great. Who cares?
well, 18 votes. The Curie class wins with 83%. It's like not even close. So that's fair. This is a cool looking ship with some cool functionality, time travel. I mean, hey. So not guilty at all for liking that, in my opinion. Yeah.
You could be non-guilty, non-pleasure.
Indeed.
Interesting one to end on, though, because it's not really talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's a lot. It's a ship that has the personality when you combine the inside, the outside, and the characters. Is the Waverider. But yeah, any final PayPal, Stuart? Because I'm having a hard time opening them.
No, not right now. That's fine.
That's absolutely fine. Right.
Right. Well, I think we'll leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to bring in yours because
didn't ask for it. Yeah. Get out with people.
So the Curie will end this one. I want to do this again next week because I really enjoy this show style.
Trekyards. Like, you're welcome.
Oh no, you know what I mean. Don't be a smartass. So yeah, I think we'll leave the Curie up, and it will be the first one of the next one will be battling. So how's that sound? Good. All right. Good. Tune in tomorrow, Thursday. It's a new episode, the finale of Starfleet Academy Season 1. Tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my first reaction live. And then on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our review and breakdown, or 8 p.m. UK, because time zone differences.
Which means that if you can't normally watch Stuart's first reaction live, it's now an hour earlier for the rest of the world. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you'll pop up at like 2 a.m. It's like, oh, it's only 2 a.m.
More people should tune in then, right?
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
I already moved it ahead an hour this for this season, because it was at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time before. And I've moved it to 9. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, even better for people. And yeah, we cross our fingers. It's a great episode. Guys, be here on Friday. We'll probably start the hour early. It might go long. Have your thoughts. If it sucks, have your thoughts. If it's good, have your thoughts. Damn.
And Robert Buckley gifted 1 Trekyards membership. So welcome, Matt Mireles? Not Morales, but close. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome.
And on that note, we will see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, he's Commander Cockings.